Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another wig review. I have two new pieces that have just launched from Renee Paris Orchid collection, and they look darling. I have taken them out of the box, but I have not really investigated them. I certainly have not put them on yet. I want to do that with you so you have my honest opinion from the very start. So if you're interested to see what has just come out from the Orchid collection, stick around and we will get into all the details about these two new beautiful wigs that I have in two very gorgeous colors. All right, stick around. And before we get into it, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that helps my small business and my channel grow. And I appreciate it so much, especially if you find value here. It certainly means a lot. All right, hang tight and we'll get to business. Okay, let's get into this. So the first one I have, her name is Sheena. And here she is on our mannequin head. I think she looks very low density, very light, wispy, and airy. So we will confirm that once we have her on the head. The color I'm going to show you here today is a new color, Champagne Sunset, and I think she's beautiful, and we will definitely take her out into the other lighting just to see how the shade changes through the different shades of lighting. Okay, so what I want to do first is take this one off. I'll get my hair ready and we will look at the underside of this. And actually, let's do that first before I take care of all of this. Okay, let's take her off the mannequin head. Just feeling her. Let's see. I'm curious. She feels so light. Curious what she weighs. Yeah, 3.14 ounces. Very light. So I'll give you all the specific lengths and stuff once I have her on, but let's look at the underneath here. Okay. Nice cap. All right. Looks like we have a temple to temple, lace front, and we have a nice wide lace part there. Our velvet ear tabs, extended velvet nape, our Velcro adjusters, and then nice stretchy wefting for some great ventilation and comfort. Okay, so that's the underneath. Now, let me do this. So what I'm wearing right now, because I know I will be asked, isn't this a cute piece? This is one of my Wigs R You designs. It is a heat-friendly piece. Her name is Savannah. She's become very popular. I think she's great. She is just in this color though, but I'll have her linked if you're interested in this one. I have a video on her too. So let's take her off and give me a second while I get my hair tied up. Okay, here we go. Okay, getting all that tucked up under back there. Look in the mirror here real quick. Okay, I think I'm going to give her, I can tell she's already going to be so cute and wispy. I'm going to grab a water bottle so I can fix her a little bit. Okay. What I want to do first is just come in here at the part, kind of break that zigzag up a little bit. Okay, see that nice part? Beautiful hairline. You see that? I love the highlights there at the hairline. Looks undetectable. She feels like nothing as far as weight goes. So look at how very ear tuck test, zero density, low density. So we do have some permatease in here and then a little bit here, but boy, you certainly, her volume is so very natural. What do you think of this? Lay in frame. Nice length here too, especially coming into fall and winter with our scarves and stuff. It's sitting above the shoulders, at least on me. Of course, it's going to be a little different depending on the, our face and neck length and whatnot, but very, very nice. Now let's look at this color. Champagne Sunset. I think it's gorgeous. It's very frosted. I want to spray some wig wax in her. How many of you are familiar with Trace Allure's wig wax? This stuff is gold. And I also, on the next one, I will use my sea salt spray. Love this stuff, especially when your wig is brand new and you want to give the fibers some texture and just to wake them up a bit. The sea salt spray gives a great texture. So on this one, I'm going to use the wig wax. And I'm going to just kind of come in at the root. And you'll see how this, see how that's given that some wispy, love these, and look at that, how wispy and airy and light. Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm just trying to fix it in the mirror so I can see what I'm doing here. Get the back. Okay, it smells so good too. Look at how that really gave that some texture and lift, and I think this is absolutely darling. I love that I can come in here and tuck this back behind my ear because I am a tucker girl. Okay, one more spin now that I've done this here. I think it's the perfect amount of volume. I haven't even seen the back. You guys are seeing the back before I see the back. Give me your thoughts on this color too. I love the beautiful shadow root. We'll take the camera and go out to the other lighting as well. But let me first give you some length specs here so you'll know how it'll lay on your own face. Okay. First of all, this is a synthetic piece. She's not heat friendly. So in order to, if it comes in the box, you never quite know when it comes in the box, when you open it up, how this might be, because it's folded in half, and sometimes the bangs might be great. Sometimes they might flip-flop. So with a synthetic piece, you're going to either want to have a steamer or get it wet and brush it back and let it air dry. You can get an iron, or not an iron, never an iron, get a blow dryer on cold air and get this damp and then set it that way. that could work very well. This one I think is working beautifully without having to do any of that. So full synthetic, you saw lace front, lace part, only comes in an average. Okay, her fringe here comes in at 8.5. And this you could easily cut if you're more of a bang girl and want a cute little side swoop bang. How cute would that be? For sure. From the crown down, this layer here comes in at 9 inches. The nape is 4 inches. And then the weight again is 3.14 ounces. So very lightweight, very wispy. Where these layers hit here, and then it has that very wispiness at the bottom. So not a heavy wig, not just in density, but in the look of it. It's airy, it's light, it's wispy, all those fun words. Okay, so let's take this out into the other lighting. I want you to see this champagne sunset in the other lighting. So let's do that. Hold on. Okay, I like to, so this is coming now into my front room where there's a lot more windows. So here I am by the front door. Let's see where it'll hit nice. Okay. Now, Champagne Sunset, it is very much named appropriately. I mean, I totally see champagne. Okay, let's go out front and see what we see. Okay, here we are in the shade. And stepping out into the sunlight. Here we go. Gorgeoso. Bella. Love it. Love, love, love it. All right, let's go back in. Okay, so here we are back in the chair. And let's switch it out for the next one. Love that. Let me know what you guys think and comment on this color. Really, really like this color. Okay, here's the next one. And her name is Alicia. And I have her here in the classic melted marshmallow, one of my absolute favorites from Renee of Paris. So this one looks kind of similar in style, but longer. And I think I can see that she's a middle part. So let's get the tag off her and get her on. All right, let's look at the underneath. Okay, same cap design except middle part, and a nice wide middle part. Lace front, our velvet ear tabs, extended velvet nape, Velcro adjusters, and our open wefting. Okay, let me give her a shake. Wake her up out of hibernation. Who loves melted marshmallow? Melted marshmallow is my all-time, really is, for Renee of Paris. They're out of all their blondes, I love it in all of their styles. And I can see how we've got these kind of little money pieces here in the front. Okay, so this is straight out of the box. Already love how this is going to stay beautifully out of the face. Gotta love that for sure. Let me take a peek in the mirror. Give me a second. And I like the messy look. Boy, I don't feel like I need to even do anything to this. Shaking it out and bam. Okay, beautiful part line. Love the, like I said, the highlight there in the front gives that hairline too such a natural look. Okay, let's do a spin. little bit longer. You can see, again, same thing with the lightness of this and how airy and wispy it is. Not heavy at all. Love the very natural layering of it with that nice textured ends there that will give it just not a, you know, blunt, thick. I love the light and airiness of the bottom. I'm saying airiness a lot, but I mean, if the shoe fits, that's what we're talking about here. Melted marshmallow. A little bit darker root than the champagne. Okay, let's spray her with a little bit of the sea salt spray. Again, smells really good. Really gives it like that beachy texture. Especially when it's first out of the box. And it does not make it wet. Just gives it some great texture. Smells really fresh. I love this. Darling. It's whimsy. Kind of just going where it wants to go. I think this might be a current favorite. Again, her name is Alicia. And I just sprayed all that sea salt spray on here, and this is not damp at all. It just really gives it some texture and definition with the layers and the curls. It's great for anything that has, like, you know, the beach wave and that. Okay, let me give you some details on the lengths of this one. Okay, so we have, again, the same as the other one. This is synthetic, pure synthetic, not heat friendly. Okay, so no heat. And again, if this comes out of the box like this, we're not needing to do anything to help keep this hair out of the face. It's wonderful. Okay, so the fringe looks like is coming in at 6.5. And again, I suppose if you wanted to cut an actual bang into this, or, you know, do something like that, you certainly could. And we have the crown at 9.5. Boom, hitting right there. You can see that. And then the nape is also 9.5. So that's why we have this very light and wispy piece there, because of how this layering is right here. And then the weight on this one is only 3.07, so even lighter than the other one. And I'm telling you, you can really tell how light this is having this on. I would say, especially if you don't have hair underneath and you wear this without the velvet grip or anything underneath, this is going to probably feel very light and undetectable on your head. I can imagine. I'm really loving it. I highly recommend. Let's go look at the color Melted Marshmallow in the other lighting, although this is not a new color, and I know I've done other videos with this color showing it in the lighting, but let's do it because this is one of the best blondes. So let's take a trip out front. Okie dokie, here we go. All right. Front room. Let's open the window here. Love Melted Marshmallow. Okay, here we are in the shade. And walking into the sun. What do you think? Love, love, love melted marshmallow. And I'm loving this easy style. And this is long enough if we wanted to pull it back and pin it up, certainly have plenty of length to do that, which coming into the cooler weather, be nice to have the length to get up off of our neck and shoulders for our scarves and jackets. So there is less fraying and we get more life out of our wig. All right, my friends, that does it for this video. So once again, this is Alicia in Melted Marshmallow, and this is Sheena in Champagne Sunset. Sunset or Sunset Champagne. Champagne Sunset. Okay, both lovely, light, wispy, low density wigs. This one, I did not state like the last one, does have permatease here around the wefting to hide the wefting, which makes perfect sense because there's just not a lot of hair sewn into this, which is why it's so low dense. And then a little bit of permatease up here for a very appropriate amount of lift that looks very natural. So that's the two of these today. If you have any questions, let me know. Everything will be linked in the description field. If there's anything that you see that that you want or are interested in and you don't see it in my shop, please reach out and let me know, and I will upload that for you. Everything you see on my channel is available on my website. And other than that, unless you have any questions, let me know. I hope I covered everything for you. Thank you again. Please like, subscribe, share it with your other wig sisters, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.